Alright guys, welcome back to another review. My name is Steven. This is Monday Matinee, a place for movie reviews, movie news, and movie talks. Eventually. So new to Netflix as of October 5th is the movie Mr. Harrigan's Phone, an adaptation of Stephen King's novella or short story. So these kind of Stephen King adaptations are usually hit or miss. They start with an interesting premise but are executed quite poorly, or they're stretched too thin just to cover a runtime. The adaptation of his novels usually find more success. Mr. Harrigan's Phone stars Jaden Martell as a young boy Craig, who finds a friend and mentor in a reclusive billionaire, the titular Mr. Harrigan, played by the excellent Donald Sutherland. Taking place around the release of the first generation iPhone, the two share a bond over books and then have a special connection over the iPhone itself, which then carries over to the afterlife with the passing of Mr. Harrigan. Firstly, marketed as a horror, this movie is anything but that. This is a slow-burning drama with a supernatural element that touches on our relationship to technology and human interaction. It also uses the phone as a device to give us a look at grief through the deaths of characters with various relationships to Craig. Yeah, it's definitely a slow build until the moment that I assume the majority of us are waiting for, that first phone call, which occurs about 50 minutes into this hour 46-minute runtime. However, the moments leading up to this are highlighted by the excellent performances from the two leads. Jaden Martell and Donald Sutherland do have some pretty good chemistry, and Martell genuinely seems pretty lonely without Mr. Harrigan. But after the first encounter with this ghost phone, there really isn't too much suspense. As I mentioned, this movie is an adaptation of a short story, and it definitely feels exactly like that. Ultimately, not too much happens. So one kind of point or technique that I wasn't really a fan of, and he uses this with some of his other adaptations, is the use of narration by the main character over various scenes to show the passage of time, basically a montage. I don't really like this technique or the way that it's done, and though I liked his other adaptation, Gerald's Game, that movie also uses this sort of sequence at the end, and it kind of feels like you suddenly start skimming the last chapters of a book just to get to the end. Another little nitpick would be that the supernatural stuff or the resulting or coincidental deaths, they're not really elaborated on, which kind of leaves this movie unexplored. But to be fair, director John Lee Hancock isn't exactly known for his horror catalog, although Jared Leto's greasy serial killer in The Little Things was pretty frightening to watch, as in bad. Anyway, for letter grade, I'd give this movie a C-. And that's being generous. Fine performances, but overall uneventful in this Jason Blum, Ryan Murphy produced horror, which would have benefited a lot more exploring those supernatural elements. Alright guys, just a quick review. Thanks for watching. Stick around for more and see you on the next one.